Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to Reading Category Romance. Today we are going to be unboxing category romance. So, I ordered some books from Harlequin.com. Basically, I ordered the new releases. So, back in the day on this channel, I used to do every month something called Harlequin Anticipated Reads, which were basically the books that were coming out in the month to come from Harlequin category romance, from their category romance lines, and I would pick one book for each line that was coming out in the month ahead that I was super excited about reading. And then it evolved into, I was doing some videos with Steve Donahue where we would do a live show together and talk about all the books that are coming out. Now, I know a lot of you have asked for us to do that, and I still would like to continue doing that, and I know Steve is interested in it as well. We've been talking about doing it towards the end of September for the October releases. So I, though, do still have my personal picks for the ones that I'm most excited. I want to share all of them with you. I think that that's a great idea, and I love doing that video. But I still want to kind of pick, like, my highlights, if you will. Because, I mean, there's, like, 10 lines published every month, and they generate anywhere between 4 and 8 titles each line. Sorry, Presley's right here and he's sneezing. As soon as I sit down, it's quiet until I sit down to film a video. Every time. Kids and pets, right? So anyway, on the Harlequin.com website, you can order these books ahead of time. So basically the October releases that don't technically hit shelves until I think it's the 30th of September, you can purchase as of September the 1st on the Harlequin website. And that's what I did. I published one book per line, per imprint, or whatever you want to call it, the one that I am the most interested in reading. And I want to show them to you guys. So yeah, so you can purchase them as of September the 1st. And you can get them either as a print book or as an ebook. Now, if you do buy them as an ebook, do keep in mind you cannot read them on your Kindle or your Kobo. You would have to read them like on the Gloss app, which is from Harlequin HarperCollins. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. It's not the best app, to be completely honest. I don't really enjoy it because I don't like reading on my tablet. I prefer to read on my Kobo or my Kindle, my e-ink device. Now, I do have an e-ink tablet that I can read on, and I do really like that. One of you lovely people gave that to me or sent that my way, and I really, really do like it. But I still tend to gravitate towards more to my Kobo or Kindle because they're lighter and easier for me to carry around with me. So I bought these books physically because I've really been getting into or enjoying reading physical books lately. Funny enough. So yeah, so one book per line. Let's get into it. Let's talk about them. So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. See what I'm reading, I should say. There you are. Hello. So let's get into the 10 books. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't remember what books I got. I know 2 of them for sure. And when I do pick the books that I'm most interested in, sometimes it's because of the author. Sometimes it's because it's an author who has never disappointed me. So they will automatically always get my pick. So I already took the tape off. So we have some... Maybe Presley is interested in that. I'll move that from you in a minute, sir. So the first one we have, I'm just going to put this box beside me, is a book by Elizabeth Rees, and this is a love-inspired suspense novel, and we have Disappearance in Alaska. So these are the mass market Max books. So these are slightly bigger than your typical mass market paperback. I actually prefer to read them this way. I think it's almost like having a floppy trade paperback, you know, but just mini. So just to show you guys the size difference, I do have a old school. This is from 79. I was just reading this book. If you watch my vlog from yesterday. So there is the size difference. So you can see it's just a tiny, tiny bit taller, tiny, tiny bit wider. But this isn't floppy the way this one is floppy, if that makes sense. Anyway, we have Disappearance in Alaska by Elizabeth Rees. So... a disappearance will stop at nothing to silence the only witness. The last thing Anna Kincaid remembers before being thrown off a cliff and left for dead in the Alaskan wilderness is witnessing her friend's abduction. And when she's saved by local police chief Mark Tremblay, she enlists his help to track her down. Except no trace of this woman's existence can be found, and their search only leads to dead ends. but they can't deny that Ava's life is in danger. With time running out and an unknown enemy just steps behind, can they discover what really happened before Ava's permanently silenced? The cover of this drew me in. Like, look at the... Imagine living here and having this mountain. I mean, some of you just might live in this kind of a situation, and that just intrigues me so much. As someone who lives nowhere near mountains, and I've never seen mountains. Like, we drove through the Appalachians when I was a kid going down to, like, Florida, but we didn't really, like, we kind of drove through them. We didn't really, but that just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Love it. All right. Pause 1 second. I'm going to move the paper from Presley because he's a little annoyed with me right now. The look of pure disdain on his face was just hilarious. So the next one we have is a Harlequin intrigue novel, and this one was a author pick for sure. It's always hard for me to pick between the intrigue novels because they all look so interesting to me because they're one of my favorite lines. But I picked the Debra Webb book because it's Debra Webb. She has never disappointed me as an author, and this is Memory of Murder. Looks really great. So it says, was her mother guilty? A daughter needs to know. Born to a jailed mother convicted of murdering her husband, she was probably justified. Anne Griffith has tried to put her past behind her. The two were always painfully estranged, but when ace Colby investigator Jack Brenner arrives at Anne's door with new evidence, she decides to help him re-examine the 30-year-old cold case. One clue is the journal her now deceased mother kept, venomously claiming her innocence. But as Anne and Jack come closer to the truth and each other, danger follows them. Someone wants a secret to stay buried. And this is part of the Colby Agency, The Next Generation series. I have absolutely no idea what number in the series is, nor do I care because I will completely read it out of order, as I do. But yeah, so this one sounds really, really good. Again, that was definitely an author pick. So let me grab a box and move it just a little bit closer to me so I'm not reaching out of frame constantly. The next one we have is a Love Inspired. Guys, the Christmas books are coming out, and I am here for it. All the Christmas books, please. We have their Texas Christmas Redemption by Mindy Obenhaus, a love-inspired novel. Look at how gorgeous. I am really starting to love these covers. I think they're absolutely fantastic. So we have 'Tis the Season for a Second Chance at Love. Back home at their family's Texas ranch for the holidays, the last thing Audrey Caldwell expects to see is her ex-husband Tyler on her doorstep with his orphaned niece. The sweet baby in his arms brings up painful memories that she'd rather forget. But when little Willow gets sick, Audrey can't... Sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong with my eyes today. And I am even wearing my glasses and everything. Audrey can't turn them away. She offers to care for the baby if Tyler agrees to do some construction projects at the ranch. As they work together on the community Christmas event, neither can deny their growing connection. Can they, what's this word? Heal their deepest wounds to find their way back to the family they always wanted. The white print on the cut is what's, I don't know. And it's not very, it's kind of dark in here, guys. It's kind of dark outside today too. So anyway, pardon me. I will leave a list of all of these books in the description box below if you guys want to check any of them out for yourself. So there's that one. The next one we have is a Harlequin historical. These are a little chunkier. Courting Scandal with the Duke by Anne Lethbridge. Look at that cover, you guys. Isn't that stunning? His grace or disgrace. She can't have both. It says here, Dowager Countess Barbara's 2 unhappy marriages taught her one lesson: never, ever again. To stop her ambitious father marrying her off once more, she'll do anything, even ruin herself so thoroughly that no groom will have her. And the quickest way to do that? Secure the disapproval of Xavier, the Duke of Debridge. He's enormously influential and infamously straight-laced. If only winning his censure wasn't quite so fun, and his looks weren't quite so intoxicating, Barbara's steely resolve soon wavers, because successfully disgracing herself could mean alienating the infuriatingly uptight Duke she craves forever. So that sounds really good. I love a snazzy top hat. I watched this great... Okay, so I was watching... Do you guys watch Joe Scott? He often does a lot of sciencey type videos, which I tend not to watch. I found him by some of his like weirder... He did these videos on like some of the weirdest things in the Victorian era. kind of a science, nature, techie type channel. But anyway, he's really funny. And he also has like what he calls a TMI channel, like a second channel where he kind of talks more personal stuff. And he's dealing with some skin cancer, stuff like that, that when he was a kid, he got a lot of like sunburns, and now as an adult. And that's what happens to a lot of people. But anyway, he's talking about it. And he says, you'll notice though, like a lot of people, like, you know, skin cancer is on the rise. And he made such a good point that I had not thought about. And he's like, people don't wear hats anymore. Back in the day, like up to like the 1960s, everybody wore hats, men and women. It was a thing that was done. We don't do that anymore. Can we bring back hats? Because I love hats. Hats are snazzy. I'm in my hats era. But yeah, but like you look, like the women always wore bonnets, or the men wore, like I'm talking Regency times at this point. But even if you get into the turn of the century and, you know, like I said, up until the 1960s, people wore hats. And I mean, yeah, you see guys in baseball caps, but it's just not the same thing. But hats are a great protection from the sun, really. So anyway, that's a complete side note that made me think about it, but I just wanted to mention that to you guys. So I thought that was interesting. Next book, another Christmas one. We have Her Christmas Flame by Kaylie and Newell. Look at that cover. Clearly it's a firefighter romance. The fire truck with the wreath on it. Oh, the prodigal daughter returns to Christmas Bay with a secret daughter of her own. It says, sorry, I have to bring the book down here. It's just for me to be able to read it. Cora Sawyer could never forget the small town sweetheart she left behind, not with her daughter, their daughter, as a reminder. Back then, she doubted Neil Prescott was ready for fatherhood. She's still not sure, but the choice is out of her hands when she returns to Christmas Bay and Neil learns the truth. The boy Cora left behind is now a hunky firefighter who's as good as ever at making her heart skip a beat. But when he looks at her, he can't see past the anger. Can't blame him for that at all. Secret baby trope has always been a hard one for me, but this one sounds good. It may just take a little holiday magic to lead them to forgiveness and love. And this is part of a Hearts on Main Street romance series. Looks delightful. Christmas, all the things. Oh, I can't wait. The next one we have is another Christmas one. And this is, whoops, let's not wreck them. This is his Alaskan Christmas by Beth Carpenter. This is a Harlequin heartwarming novel, and it is a large print. The other reason that I like buying these off the Harlequin website is, for one, I got a deal on these. I always wait till there's a sale. So the sale was buy 3, get 30% off your whole order. So basically I paid what it would have cost me to buy these digitally, like as ebooks. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. Also, some of these books are not sold in my stores. I might be able to get them off of Amazon, but I'm paying full price. But like the historicals, the heartwarming, the medical, the romance line, you can't get those in my local, like I can't get them in my local Walmart. So this is a great place to buy them. Now, this is a chunkier book because the heartwarmings are large print. They only sell them as large print. The Love Inspired books, both the Love Inspired and Love Inspired Suspense, you can get as large print. I just got them as regular print. The Intrigue you can get as large print. And I think the Presents you can get as large print. And the medical and I think the romance only come in large print if you get them physically. Just a side note. So his Alaskan Christmas by Beth Carpenter. An instant family is a gift he never expected. The tiny town of Swan Falls, Alaska, has everything engineer Emily Cooper needs except a nanny for the holidays. But her Christmas wish could be granted in the most unexpected way. Grounded as he waits for corrective eye surgery, pilot Nick Bernardi needs a place to stay, and helping his best friend's widow with her 2 kids is an easy yes. But it's not long before the dedicated bachelor starts to feel more than he should, especially considering he's moving far away to Hawaii. Could falling in love change his flight plan? Doesn't that sound delightful? And this is a Swan's Fall Alaskan novel. Oh, give me all the Christmas books, please and thank you. Now we have a Harlequin Presents novel. Again, I said it yesterday in my vlog, these covers are really starting to grow on me. Unwrapping His Forbidden Assistant by Lorraine Hall. That cover's just gorgeous. I mean, you've still got the remnants of the old circle that were in the Presents novels. You get these gorgeous covers. They're very fancy looking. Her boss is her past, present, and Christmas future. This one labeled itself as like a retelling of sorts of A Christmas Carol. Yes, please. Because it was a toss-up between this and a different book. And as soon as I saw it, something about a Christmas Carol, I was like, I'm sold. Billionaire Diego doesn't do festive cheer. He'd rather be alone in his Italian Alps with his grief and his survivor's guilt. When previously hands-off PA Amelia tracks him down and demands he resurrect the Felino holiday party tradition. It should be an easy no, if only she weren't quite so pervasive. The crash that claimed Diego's family cost Amelia her father. She won't let Diego throw his life away too, but being around her boss immediately complicates her plan by igniting an illicit heat she shouldn't feel, yet can't fight. And I love on the back they show like the location, the Italian Alps. At the holidays, of course. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. These are stunning. Now we have a Harlequin romantic suspense. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted about this book yesterday, sort of, because the author herself tagged me in a video that she did talking about this book. And the prequel to this is actually on the Harlequin website. You have to be a member of the website, but you can read the prequel novella directly on the website to this book. And this is Agent Under Wraps by Geri Krotow. I love her so much. She is such a great author. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this one. He's undercover and she's a dangerous distraction. Marine turned security expert Willow O'Malley trusts her instincts, but she has no idea why she's lusting after her new client, the CFO in an ill-fitting suit and thick glasses. Compelled to stick by Jay Lambert's side night and day, her attraction remains a mystery until she discovers that the dorky accountant is actually an FBI agent. Suddenly, their explosive attraction makes sense. If they can learn to trust each other, they might even have a future together, unless the most powerful trafficking syndicate in the Pacific Northwest destroys them first. This is a Cascades Confidential novel. It's the first in a series, I believe Geri said. So yay. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. That was an author pick. 100% an author pick. The other one that was a 100% author pick was the always delightful Rachael Stewart. Now, I did get an e-art copy of this from Rachael, but of course I was going to buy a physical edition. Hello. And this is Cinderella's Fling with the Billionaire by Rachael Stewart, a Harlequin romance novel. Look at how gorgeous that is. For one night or forever, single mom Maria has fought to reclaim her world from her controlling ex. Romance is the last thing on her mind until billionaire widower Tim walks into her bar, igniting a passion she thought she'd buried. A brief fling was meant to be enough until they find themselves unexpectedly, I can talk, reunited on a luxury super yacht. Something I have yet to happen to me in real life, unfortunately. I'm still waiting. Working as a stewardess, Maria is mortified to be serving the man she shared a bed with. Worse still, their attraction is stronger than ever. And this is part of a Sun, Sea, and Swept Away story series. Gorgeous cover. I love it so much. And it's Rachael Stewart. You can't go wrong with Rachael Stewart. And last but most certainly not least, that's 1, 2, 3. I want to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have a Harlequin medical romance. Pardon me, I've got the hiccups. Another Christmas story. Love it. We have Risking His Heart for the ER Doc by Traci Douglas. Another larger print book. The romance was also a larger print book. You guys are interested? Second Chance at Forever. It says, trauma surgeon Andy is logical, but there's no logic to his fixation on a life-altering kiss from years ago, especially now that the girl he's never forgotten is back in town, and she's his new colleague. Sunny ER Dr. Jules is determined to focus on herself following her messy divorce. No romance allowed, yet with Andy, time falls away with every glance, and soon their old flame burns brighter than ever. Love passed them by before. Could they give it another chance? This is a U.S. search and rescue story. So yay. Love, love, love. So here's the stack, because you guys got to see these. Now, it's one thing to get these digitally, and I'm all about digital reading. I love reading on my Kindle. I love reading on my Kobo. But what Harlequin has done here is just, I mean, when you look at these stacked, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Like, look at that. Is that not perfect? I love that the intrigue ones are slightly like a purpley color. The more small town ones are these blue, you'll notice. We've got green for the heartwarming. We've got black for the presents. Pink is the romance. That kind of like tealy blue is the medical. And then, of course, the orangey color is the historical. Are those not gorgeous? I love the stack. I absolutely love this stack of books. So yay. That is the new releases. These are my picks for the new releases coming out in October. These will be released as of September 30th elsewhere. But if you want to purchase a copy now, like a physical copy, I would suggest physical. I'll be honest and say I don't recommend using the Gloss app from Harlequin. I really don't. I have a lot of books that I own now digitally through that app, and I'm really disappointed because they are kind of a bit of a pain to read. The app itself is not great. It doesn't have a great search feature or any of these things. Buy them physically if you can, but if you insist on reading them digitally, just hold off till the 30th of September and get them for your Kobo or for your Kindle. That's my suggestion. And yeah, here's another stack. But I'll leave the list of the books below if you guys are interested. And hopefully towards the end of the month, Steve and I are going to do a live show together talking about all of the books coming out in the month of October. These are just a small, like, for example, 6 books come out every month for the medical line, 4 for the romance line, 4 for the romantic suspense line, 8 for the presents line, 4 for heartwarming, 4 for special edition, 5, is it 5 now for historical? I think it's 5 now for historical, and 6 love inspired, 6 intrigue, and 6 of the romantics of the love inspired suspense. So the books I have there, guys, are just a drop in the bucket for what is actually coming out in October. So stay tuned towards the end of the month for Steve and I to do the live show. Hopefully you can do the live show with me. If not, maybe I'll just do it myself. We'll see. I will, going forward, do a live show every month showing off all of the new releases. However, I'll see if Steve can join me or not. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. Let me know if any of these sound good to you. And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, everybody.